Hello. Okay, so when I was doing my makeup, tragedy kind of struck. When I do my eyeliner, I use like a pencil for it. And today, when I was putting on the eyeliner, it snapped, like the end of it. So I had to use a liquid eyeliner this time, which I don't do. And it looks a bit. It doesn't look that bad on camera actually, but it's a pretty shady job. So I apologize for that. Also, 200 subscribers. Hell yeah, already. 250 right now, actually. Let's go. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about, or maybe, yeah, I guess reviewing Goodles' Tide Lights. I believe that's the name of the album. Goodles is a producer from, 16-year-old producer from the UK. I found out about. I hope that's how you pronounce it. I'm going off memory. I don't even know if the name's Goodles. I'm so sorry. So, I'm gonna have to check. Wait 1 sec. Yeah, it is Goodles. I was pretty sure it was. I was just making sure. I don't want to look like an idiot. Okay, so I found out about Goodles and this album through somebody that I follow on Twitter. Somebody on Twitter that I follow responded to one of Goodles' tweets and they said, "Oh my god, this song's amazing." So I decided to check it out while I was in bed. It was late at night. I put it on and I fell asleep in like 10 minutes. And I mean that in the nicest way possible because that is a compliment. This album is an ambient album. There's some little elements of like folk music, like with the guitar and stuff, but at its heart, this is an ambient album, and it put me to sleep. And if you know anything about ambient music, that's not a bad thing. So, if if I hope everybody here is familiar with what ambient music is, but basically, it's just like it's music that's kind of made to just be this nice, calm atmosphere, and just it's supposed to be a nice, relaxing. Maybe putting it on in the background. I think to enjoy it. There's usually not many like catchy parts. There's usually not many like there's not like a catchy hook in it or something. It's something to chill out to. Okay. Now that said, I love this album. I listened to it again the next day, and I did listen to it in its full length without falling asleep. And it's so good. It's so good. The things I like about this album are that, first of all, it reminds me a lot of Pandarosa. If you're familiar with Pandarosa, also another ambient kind of experimental artist. But if I had to say the thing this reminds me of the most is some of the ambient stuff that Quadeca has done, more specifically off of his album. I didn't mean to horror you, which is a huge compliment because I love that album and I love the ambient parts of it. So whether that's a direct inspiration or not, I don't know. I just hear lots of Quadeca in this. There is some singing on the album, but it's kind of used as I treat the singing as more of just an instrument than something to focus on because the vocals are quite buried in all the ambience, and it's kind of it feels like part of it in a way. The singing doesn't stand out too well; it just kind of blends into it quite nicely. It's good that it doesn't pop out too much because it's not too distracting. Um, so there is how it's about 40 minutes long, I think 40 minutes long. I don't have anything pulled up, by the way. This is completely. I don't have a script or anything. I'm just talking about it because I want to talk about an album, and this is it's like a smaller artist, and I think it'd be better to talk about smaller artists than shouting out like the Beatles because that's not gonna they don't care if I send 5 people over to listen to their music. Um, okay, so it's about a 40-minute listen, and there's multiple tracks in it. I don't have the exact amount, but it's at least I think it's like 7 tracks. But going into the album, I would look at it as one long song instead of looking at it as 8 separate or 7, or however many tracks there are, and instead of looking at it with separate songs because they are quite similar. All of the songs are quite similar. Oh, the frame rate. Oh, I don't know. Okay, I think it's fine. All the songs are good on it. I'm just saying that none really feel too different. If you listen to the first few minutes of this album and you don't like it, you're probably not going to like the rest of it. But I don't think it's possible to not like this, to be honest. I think everybody can find some merit in it because it's just nice and calm. Also, there's no physical release of the album, so I just printed it off. You know, just because I like having the thing here. So, treat it like it's one long song. All of the tracks flow seamlessly into each other, which is one of the things I love about this album. And it also makes sleeping to it so good, because it's not like you can't tell when the song changes. It's you can get lost in it really easily. If I did have to pick a favorite song in the album, though, it would be the title track of it, "Tired Lights." And it's quite biased though because it has like church bell sounds on it. Church bell, or like just like bell sounds, like a clock. You know, like the Big Ben. It has those sounds on it. I forget the name what they're called, but I'm really biased towards those sounds because I used to like wake up to to like bell sounds every single morning, and I used to go to sleep to those sounds every single night because it play at the beginning of the day and the end of the day. So I don't know, something about that. My little connection with church bells just it connects with me and it stands out to me. So it's not much. Again, this is messy. I don't do album reviews. This is actually my first one that I'm going to call a review. But I will say, all of the sound selection on this album, really, really, really good. Like, fucking perfect sound selection. Like, there's never like, something weird that sticks out, and then you're like, oh, I can't listen to this. Because sometimes it's like that with, ambient albums. There'll be like kind of a sound that's a bit distracting, and it kind of stops me from being able to listen to it. This, all of it, just is so calm and relaxing. I will say there is one part on it where there's like cutlery sounds, like a kitchen sound, and to be honest, this is not a critique. That'd be a bit harsh if it was, but when I was listening to it for the first time, I thought that like my mum was like making dinner or something, and I was home alone, and I thought like somebody broke into my house because I realized I was home alone. It's so like distant in the headphones, you can't really tell that it's part of the song, honestly. So yeah, really, really good album. Goodels. I'll link it in the description. Check it out. And as for cons that I have about the album, I will say that I do kind of wish that there were some moments that stuck out a bit more. But again, I think that that's the point of it. It's not really meant to. It's not meant to be too mind blowing. It's just meant to be a nice, calm, relaxing listen. And everything it tries to do, it does amazingly. So Goodels is definitely an artist to be watching right now. I think that once Goodels kind of comes more into their own, develops their own kind of style, because right now it's not too. To be honest, it's not too unique from a lot of stuff I hear in ambient music. But that doesn't mean it's bad. It's just I think that Goodels has a lot of things to offer, a lot of ways to. There's a lot of progression that can be done, and I'm excited to see what Goodels does in the future. Please check them out. And okay, if this is a review, I guess I might as well give it a score. If I had to score this album, I'd give it like an 8 out of 10, like a low 8. Anthony Fantano, so I'd give it a light 8. All right, please listen to this album. So I'm gonna do more like just talking videos where I'm just yapping. Obviously, I'll keep doing that. Don't worry. Every now and then I just want to talk about an album because that's kind of music is kind of what intrigues me the most. So it'd be nice to talk about it. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye bye.